Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris presented his $1.7 billion budget to the County Commission last week, saying it may mean a tax cut for homeowners. The plan does not call for a property tax increase, but rather ask commissioners to slash the property tax by 2%. If approved, Harris says the new rate would be the lowest in Shelby County in 30 years. Meanwhile, some Shelby County leaders say the tax rate is already set to go down under Tennessee's Truth in Taxation Act. Here to talk more about the budget and the future of Shelby County is the man himself, Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris. Mayor, welcome back to the 3 o'clock. Good to see you as always.
Thanks a lot. Good to be here at 3.
My pleasure. Before we get into the budget, I do want to talk to you about the FBI director yesterday on national TV labeling Memphis as the homicide capital of America. Your thoughts?
Well, I heard that. I didn't actually see the broadcast, and I think part of what was said, at least based on the blurb I saw, was that in addition he'll send extra FBI officers to Memphis and Shelby County, and that they were thinking about sending up to 1,500. And so I think all of us would welcome more law enforcement officials in Memphis and Shelby County. All of us are focused on crime and public safety. The city of Memphis has given a lot of information about the fact that the crime statistics are actually going down here. But yeah, whatever it takes to make sure that we stay focus on number one priority. I think all of us are game for that. If he's going to send down some resources, send them on down. But no, I didn't watch Fox yesterday. In fact, I hadn't watched Fox in, I don't know,
Just
never.
keep watching News Channel 3. We'll be fine with that. Let's talk about the proposed budget and the proposal to cut property taxes. Where do we stand with that?
So my proposal is to cut the property tax rate by 20%.
Okay.
So to go from $3.39, which is the current rate that everybody pays, down to $2.73. And so what that means is that most people who saw their appraisals skyrocket, most people will not see any increase in their property taxes if my rate is adopted. In fact, there'll be thousands and thousands of folks in Memphis and Shelby County that see their property taxes decline if my rate is adopted. But either way, the goal is to make sure we protect people from sticker shock because of the high appraisals that they've all received from the assessor's office. So that's what the rate is about. It's a 20% rate cut, and I still propose a 3% raise for all employees. I still propose a $40,000 minimum in Shelby County government. So that means no matter who you are, if you work full-time for Shelby County government, $40,000 is the new minimum. So it's a great day, but you know I got to get through the commission. So
right, I was going to say now, you might have some commissioners out there saying, how are we going to do this? Where is this money coming from, Mayor?
Well, we've been really, really careful about our spending. We've really been shrewd, and I also talked about this when I presented to the county commission, that we have a really, really high credit rating at this point because we've really been really careful about our spending. We don't want to spend more than we need to spend. And so there have been cuts. Obviously, there are a lot of elected officials in Shelby County, and they all wanted more people to do, different things. And so we had to whittle that down, but still had a raise for employees, still had a $40,000 minimum, and still are taking care of things that need to be taken care of because the federal government is receding.
Right.
So the food bank, for example, is in a terrible situation because the federal government is kind of stepping out of that role. And so we're going to support the food bank this budget if it's approved. We're also going to open up more access to health care through our Shelby Cares program. So we're going to have a Shelby Cares Raleigh if the budget is approved, which is, again, going to provide more access to health care for folks in the Raleigh area, because again, we're going to see Medicaid cuts, we think, at the federal level, and fewer people are going to have access to health care, and so Shelby County government is going to have to step up and step in.
Going back though on the property tax reduction that you're proposing, the property appraiser himself, Melvin Burgess Jr., is saying some of your comments are misleading to the public. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, it is straightforward. The property tax rate is now $3.39. I've proposed that we lower it to $2.73. We'll see what the commission has said. I've said that at this moment in time, though, we need to make sure that property tax rate is as low as possible. We certainly need to get it below $3 because if we don't, everyone is going to face sticker shock when they get their property tax bills in the mail because of the high appraisals that all of us have faced. So I'm not sure what he's talking about, or I can't understand it. It may be too complex or too clever for me, but I think everybody understands that the current rate is $3.39 and the proposed rate is $2.73. I don't know how to spend that, Alex. That's a 66-cent cut, and we can do whatever we want to do, whatever kind of kabuki dance that people want to do out there. But it doesn't matter because that's the property tax rate cut, and I want to see it delivered to homeowners.
How do you see your rapport, though, with the county commission kind of going forward from here? Also, the issue of county ethics. Where do we stand with that?
Well, I think there's a lot of stress right now in the county commission. Obviously, we know that Edmund Ford Jr., who's been serving for a long time, has been accused of spending many years, in a corruption scandal. According to federal prosecutors, he has been pretending to sell computers to folks that come down to Shelby County government in order that get grants. So they give him a grant, at least according to the allegations. They get a grant from him, and he leads on the grant effort. And in exchange, they pretend to buy computers from him. And so that's the allegations, and so that's produced a lot of strain and stress on the county commission. Those allegations from federal prosecutors and the fact that he's under indictment. I'm hopeful that he will come out today, if he goes to the commission, and say whether or not this was a criminal scheme or whether or not he's innocent. Because I get a lot of questions from a lot of people about that.
A lot of people say the two of you have never been buddies.
Well, I don't know. I just know that he represents the community that has been asking questions, and I get those questions from time to time, and maybe your station does. And the folks want to know, if you're going to keep showing up to these commission meetings, let's get some information. Did you or did you not do what's accused, what you're accused of by federal prosecutors? I can speak for myself. When I want to buy a computer, I buy it from Best Buy, I buy it from Amazon. I don't buy it from county commissioners. But that's just me speaking for myself.
Mayor Lee Harris, as always, glad to have you back.
Good to
we'll see you again
Thanks a lot.
in the future. All right, a short break. We'll be back in a moment.